Guess who's back?
Hey guys, it's been a hot minute.
Back
Welcome back to
again.
the channel. I am Cody. This is my wife, Eminem.
We are back. Tell a friend.
Yeah, seriously, actually tell your friends. It helps a lot. But that's besides the point. What do we normally do? We haven't done one of these in forever. What do I say?
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'm Cody. This is Val, and you're on our YouTube channel where we do personal finance and budgeting and stuff like that. If you've been following around for a while, you'll notice that we are back to YNAB. The reasoning for that being mostly that my system was not working. I was working way too much to be able to keep up with it properly, and Val is much more administratively gifted than I am. So we're essentially back to just doing what we were doing before, which gives us the option to have like the ability to do videos, because the way things were going before with the whole paper, pen and pencil situation was just not very video friendly, especially while I was like in camp and we were just like FaceTiming real quick. And also, life updates. We have a Miss Rose right now who you can't see.
I can move the camera. Hold on.
That's Miss Rose. Yes, she's vocal. She's upset because she's trying to sleep on us and we're just not on the couch chilling right now. So that's what we've got going on. Did I introduce us already?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Twice.
Perfect. That sounds about right. So now we're going to start budgeting things. Enjoy.
Yeah, so to be fair, Cody did fine with the paper and pen thing. Like it was fine. I think what's bringing us back to YNAB more than anything is just YNAB's ability to have an overarching view
Use your words, babe.
of like the non-regular bills and stuff. Like I don't know, I feel like we do better in YNAB.
Yeah.
The problem is that Cody never looked at YNAB.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, like I've been looking into it more the last couple of weeks, and I honestly have little to no idea what any of this stuff means. It makes no sense to me. Like the basic stuff, I understand looking at like groceries, whatever, like okay, but also like I can't make it make sense in my brain, which is a problem because this is very like it works for Val. It's something she's very comfortable with, and frankly I think she does a better job of being in charge of things than I do.
I guess this is a good conversation to have. We can just have it on camera. You guys
Yeah,
can
sure.
kind of see how we navigate this. So what would make this an easier system for both of us to use together? Because if you don't want to learn how to use YNAB and you find that it just doesn't make sense to you, we could keep the idea of like a bills account and then a spending account. And then you only ever really have to check the spending account. And I can just kind of move money around in YNAB as needed. Like if we spend a little more on dining out, I can just take it out of spending or whatever. Or like, do you want to learn how to do YNAB?
I think for the time being we can just go back to how things were before, and I'll maybe just like sit in with you some more and be like more hands-on and try to figure it out.
We can also just pin the main categories, right? Like groceries, gas, eating out, spending. And just set up your app on your phone so that those are the only categories you see, and then you're not overwhelmed looking at a whole bunch of stuff, and then all you have to look at is like groceries and then what's in the bubble. Whatever's in the bubble is your budget.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things I got to get more exposure to, really.
To be fair, YNAB has a very steep learning curve. If you're new to YNAB, that's probably one of the reasons why you're watching this video, is because you're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, which
Yeah.
is fair. It took me a few months as well to figure it out. And honestly, the thing that helped the most was just watching other people do their budgets enough times that I was like, oh, okay, I'm starting to get it. It's different for everybody though. Like Cody
Yeah.
watches me budget every 2 weeks and he still doesn't get it, so.
Yeah. And I mean, like largely I've just been hands off with it. Like I feel like it's good for tracking, but it makes more sense to me when I look into like the banking app and I see, oh, we have X number of dollars in whatever account that's, I need it to do XYZ this month. Okay, I can make that work. A lot of the problem that I've been having with it is over the last few months, we started out with some pay inconsistency due to some sick time, and then I've just largely been gone a bunch. and then we've had a couple of things change, paid some things off. We were overextended a little bit, and it's just like the money would come in, we'd budget the money, and then like there wouldn't be enough, or like something else would come up before the next paycheck, and it's just like huge pain. So I don't know, we'll go back to this, and I'll try handle it a little differently. Miss Rose is down here being salty because I'm talking.
All right, so I guess we'll start by covering our overspending. So YNAB will flag it up here.
It's shocking, the Zilinskis have overspending.
So if I just click on that, it'll narrow down where we've overspent. So I will start by clicking on here, and I'll say, what do you want to cover this overspending with? And I'm going to take it out of ready to assign, because we got our paycheck.
That's the money we have.
And you'll notice, I'm going to try and maybe talk through things a little more, so that, not just for Cody, but so that people watching can understand. So if I click undo, you'll see here how it says on my MasterCard we're over budget by $27. And you'll notice the overspending is all red, but this one is yellow with a little credit card sign on it. Meaning that this money we've spent was spent on the credit card. So technically, if you don't cover it, your credit card will float it, but then you're also adding on debt. So it's flagging it because it wants you to find the money to cover it so that it can move it into the credit card payment category, so you're not going into debt, but it's not red like these ones. These ones are more important to cover because you literally spent money you do not have. This came out of a bank account, not a credit card. It's money you did not have. So when I cover this, you'll notice that the credit card payment will disappear as well, because if I put $39.90 to cover this payment that we made for, I think it was for Apple One, on the credit card, it automatically will take that money out of the entertainment category and put it into the credit card category, because it was a charge that was put on the credit card. So when I click that, the credit card overspending goes away.
That's really handy. I feel like that's new. I feel like you used to have to do that manually.
Not for as long as I can remember.
Oh.
But credit cards is the number 1 thing that confuses people with YNAB. Because it's like if you have $500 in your grocery budget and you spend $100 on groceries at Costco on your debit card, it takes $100 out of groceries. And you're like, cool, that makes sense. I have $400 left to spend. If you have $500 in your grocery category and you spend $100 at Costco on your credit card, it'll take $100 out of your cost, or like out of your grocery category, but then it moves that $100 up to your credit card payment category because you spent that $100 on your credit card. So people are always like, wait, where did I get this extra $100 from? You didn't get an extra $100. YNAB has just gone, oh, okay, you paid for your groceries on your credit card, so that $100 you had in your grocery fund now goes to the credit card payment.
Yeah,
to avoid accumulating
that would
debt.
confuse the pants off of me.
Right, but once you get used to it, it makes sense. So
yeah, like it makes sense hearing you talk through it why they would do that, but like if I was using YNAB fresh on my own and that just happened, I'd be like, I have no idea. This is like I'm out. Peace.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to cover is our Rogers payout. We bought new phones. This is a really big payout because we paid out our old phones.
Yeah, like we just got new phones, I think like 6 months ago.
I got a new phone 6 months
I
ago.
got a new phone like 6 months ago, but we were like in Rogers, I think it was last month now. And
Bell.
We were in Staples just the other last month. And Buddy was pretty outgoing and just got to talking to us about phones, and the deal was like, we're stupid to not take it. So
yeah, so for reference, we were paying $300 a month for 2 phone lines with the phones. And when we switched, we were paying $140 a month for 2 phones and the phone lines.
And like that includes data and everything.
Yeah, so that's like half of what we were paying before.
Yeah.
So we're saving a pretty substantial amount of money. So we sold our other phones that we had, which typically would have gone to the Rogers payout, but since then we've used that money to pay out other things that we had, which is fine because we knew that it was like borrowing money from ourselves. We took that money, allocated it to something else so that when we got paid, we could take that money and allocate it to Rogers. Anyway, so that's what happened there. This looks like a lot of money, but it's been planned for.
Yeah.
It's not like a big bill that hit us by surprise.
And fortunately, there's been a lot of overtime recently, so like the money is there over and above what we need.
Now, when you're going through your budget, green bubbles mean that it's been fully funded and you don't need to put any more money towards it. A gray bubble with a check mark means that you've put money aside for it, the money has been spent, and you're not required to put any more in that category. A yellow means that you still need to fund it. So here we had $38 in there, $38 came out. That was for our first phone bill with Bell. And so we still need another $207 for the bill that we'll get next month. So I could either add in, because some people will just go, okay, I need $207.67. But now you'll notice, oh, that's still yellow. Why? Well, because you allocated the $207, but you forgot you already spent $38. So the two ways to do that is you can add, YNAB is smart enough to do math. You can add it in there, so $246 total, and you'll see it's green. Do we have $246 in there? No, we have $207 because that's what's left after the one transaction that came out.
So like there's already that 38 there, and
that was spent.
The 207 brings us up to the 246, which is the total that we need.
Right, and we've already spent the $38, so there's $207 left. The other way to do this is you can just, when you're in a category, it'll tell you what you're underfunded by, and if you just click that, it'll fund it. And you can actually do that for everything. If I wanted to fund everything, I could just click this. It'll give me a summary of where it's going to allocate the money, and you could be done. Now, if you always have more than you need for your budget and you don't need to like move money around or prioritize or anything like that, you could just theoretically do that. Set up all your goals, go through, budget your money every month, whatever's left you could knock into savings, extra spending, whatever you wanted to. But while we're in the midst of like trying to be proactive with our money, we do go through line by line. So internet,
and
again,
also it makes better video content and gives us things to talk about, which you crazy people seem to enjoy.
That's right. Okay, $1,400 for rent. Again, here's another one. We have a monthly order that we put through. We already allocated some money to this and made a purchase, and we have $0 left in there. Now, we should maybe do this tonight, go through, but let's decide what we want this budget to be, because $450 is not going to be enough.
No, not for how much we actually spend there and how much use we've been getting out of it.
But we could maybe do $600 or $700.
Yeah, I think we had initially said 600, and we've pretty much always had to cut the order down to make that fit. So maybe 700.
Okay, and keep in mind too that some of the stuff on this order is going out to customers as well. But we'll put it as 700 for now, and if we need to, we'll come back and reevaluate that.
Yeah. On a side note, guys, I've been doing I've started recently with sports nutrition, like some protein powder and some amino acids and stuff like that. And I am noticeably stronger this week than I was last week. It is ridiculous how effective some high quality stuff can be.
This also reminds me that we need to do our car registration.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we have $600 left.
Okay.
Which admittedly is not much. We could put money away for Christmas if we wanted to start saving for that, or I can just like
I think we
hide
should
this for now.
Yeah, hide that for now maybe.
Okay.
Maybe we can take some or all of this money and stash it away for
FED?
Yeah.
Okay, but when do we get paid again? Because we need to make sure we cover next month's bills too.
Yes. Okay. Calendar, paid on the 25th. Next paycheck should be the 8th.
The 8th. Okay, so now what we do is we come in here and we go forward a month. And we're going to look for anything that's due before our next payday. So life insurance comes out on the 1st. So we're going to put money aside for that. And subscriptions go on the credit card. You should have these covered in advance, but we could just put them on the credit card and cover it when we get paid.
Yeah, I think for the first few of the month, it works out to only be, for subscriptions, it works out to be like 40 something bucks.
Prime takes up a big chunk because that's due next month. We have about $200 a month in subscriptions.
That can't be right. That is not the number that I had in my book.
Well, we've got YNAB back in here now.
Oh yeah, and we didn't have Chronometer the last time I was in the book, or Yodo, yeah. Ugh, we have a lot of subscriptions. Yeah.
This is maybe something we can go through at a later date and see what we want to take out. Babysitting, so on the 7th we'll need to cover babysitting,
Yeah.
which is before payday, so we'll put money in there for that. And maybe a little extra for food. And like a tank of gas.
Yeah.
This is the other thing. Our spending and our eating out is fully gone.
Yeah. Let's put like $20 in there for airport McDonald's.
It's usually more than that, so we'll put in 40. Because it's usually 25, right? And that doesn't really leave much if I want to go to a coffee shop or something.
Yeah.
And then spending. I guess we don't really need anything in spending, but it is nice to have a little bit of pocket money.
Yeah.
We'll just see how it shakes out here. These are all good. Oh, is Kid Strong covered? Upcoming on the 3rd. So we need 131.25.
Alrighty. So we got $5 left.
I mean, the good news is that everything is covered.
Mm-hmm.
The bad news is that leaves us no money for FED.
Yeah, which means there's tons of overtime coming up right now. I'm sure I can take another one.
Do you want to take another one though?
I can.
So we have a few things listed for sale on Marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
We have the stroller,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm getting a lot of lowball offers, but still 200, 250,
That ain't
280.
nothing.
We could return the iPad. It's a want, not a need. I do use it.
Mm-hmm. You get a ton of mileage out of that thing.
I do, but we're still within the return window. It's $800. We could theoretically return it. That and the stroller, even at a lowball offer, gets us like 75% of the way.
Mm-hmm.
We have a trip coming up in the fall.
Mm-hmm. We're very excited for it.
We're estimating it'll be about $1,500 total between gas, hotels, food, and renewing our passports.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also in October, so hold on. Let's just see then if we come down here to goals, and let's put a date in here. If we wanted it by October, we would need to put away $365 a month.
Mm-hmm. It's not terrible.
I would like to focus on selling some things, but even if we didn't pick up another overtime shift, we could just save for it.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's obviously save for it,
Mm-hmm.
but also I'm going to do my best to pick up another overtime shift or two.
Okay. So, yeah.
Because now that we're done doing hot taps, like, that'll be a lot more bearable.
So that's our budget, guys.
Yeah, that's it.
Welcome back to the
Mm-hmm.
storm that is the Zilinski life.
Welcome back to the sinking ship. We're working on patching the hull, but she's still sinking. That's okay though. I mean, that's what life is. It's honestly, it's tough times for everybody right now, and we're all just navigating it the best we can.
Oh, and that reminds me too, we paid out a big chunk to our personal training.
Mm-hmm.
And that got rid of the personal training payment, but it also put a big credit on our account that also covers the gym membership. Anyways, we missed you guys. We're happy to be back. We hope you're doing well.
Yeah, leave comments. Tell us what's up. We haven't heard from you guys, like, basically since our last video. I think, one or two of you diehards have reached out to us to see how things are going.
Which we appreciate.
Yes, we love you guys.
I'm very much a millennial with my millennial heart.
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody does. Is it like
Yeah,
this?
that looks like a heart. That's good.
Is that the...
I'm just going to sign it. I love you.
We missed you.
So anyways, guys, that was the video. We hope you're doing well. We'll catch you on the next one. We love you very much. And is it payday yet?
Bye.
Bye.